Welcome back to the AMF Co-Lab server. I'm Bjorn Strong on the arm, and I'm standing here in our kind of town center, here beneath the clock tower, as you can see up there. Our server member EDD has just put that up, a few days ago, and it looks fantastic. I gotta say, I really love this thing. I love the way it looks. I love the kind of way it gives a center here to our fledgling town area that we're trying to develop. But that's not what I'm here for today, although I do like looking at it. I'm not here just to look at it. I'm here because, well, I need some stuff. So my armor, as you can see, has gotten a little bit beaten up, and you'll notice there's something missing on this. There's no mending here. No mending on my armor. So the good news is we do have a bunch of villagers, and among all these villagers is one that has a mending book. I think he's actually over in the next aisle. So let me come down to see if I can find him. So if I want some mending books, here they are. Whoops, so hole there. Mending books going to be 12 emeralds. That's not too expensive. And some feather fall, 2, no, not so good. Let's just see. Just double check. There it is, mending 12 emeralds. And once I get that, then I can go back to that blaze farm I've been working on and just kill some blaze and let their XP come up and fix my armor all up with mending and put on some other stuff. So that's the good news. The bad news is that right now it's a little bit of a pain trying to get emeralds. So our main way from getting emeralds is farming them. We have here some auto farms that build up some wheat and some carrots and potatoes. And as you can see, right now, all that stuff is coming down into here, coming down into these chests and collecting up. So if I want to farm some emeralds, I can come into these chests and grab a bunch of stuff. But then I got to find myself a farmer. And to do that, I have to come all the way back down here. Hello, sheep. Fall in the water, have you? And we've got some breeders up here. They're not really made. And I've got to come along to here. And as you can see, I've got all these villagers in here. And some of them, if I jump, you can kind of see some of them are in minecarts, some of them aren't, some of them come out of minecarts. And then back in the corner here, I've got a farmer. And so I get all that stuff. I trade with him. Back and forth till he, the standard way. I get a stack of these things, trade till he locks up. Stop, hope he unlocks. Do it over again. Keep doing that as long as I can till I have a nice stack of emeralds, and I got to run all the way back here to trade them. And that's a pain. That's just a real annoyance having to run back and forth. And this is only meant to be temporary, of course. It's not meant to be finished at all. But what we're going to do today is we are going to finish this trading system. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some farmer villagers we can trade with, and we're going to put them over here. And we're going to do top of that, and you can see this has already been started, and this wasn't started by me. This was started by other server members who had the basic idea, but I've talked to them, and they said they're happy for me to kind of finish it up. So I don't know exactly how they plan to implement this, so we'll be doing it my own way. But the idea is that we're going to come down kind of below here, I guess, and put a farmer down there. And we're going to, there's all these droppers here kind of facing down, as you see, into this water stream. And we're going to set it up that you come down to trade, and you'll be lower than this by a few blocks. And there'll be a villager right here. And you turn this on these droppers, and then carrots and potatoes and wheat and everything just come dumping down or raining down on you. So you empty out your inventory before you do this. Then you can just open that trading dialogue that you saw there a few minutes ago, and carrots and potatoes and everything just pile on in, and you can just start trading. You don't have to run back and forth to chests or anything. Everything's kind of right there. So that's the plan. Now, in order to make this happen, we have the droppers here, so that's good. We're going to have to finish up. We'll do a couple of things, right? One is we have to finish up the sorting system. It just barely got started. I hear a spider. Wonder where he is. Anyway, as you can see now, what happens is that the drops from those auto farms come down this, water stream on the packed ice, and just goes sliding along here. And it's the standard. Got a cake back here so that things will kind of be right on the edge between this, what's the hopper and the ice. So it'll go fast, but it'll be halfway on. It'll hit the hopper, so that wheat is full. But I'll just show you. Right, it just kind of hits the end of the copper and gets kind of sucked right up. And then when it's full, it just kind of goes down to the next one and on and on and on. And these hoppers are filtered with the standard, redstone that locks them when they have, not a full amount of items, but this many items in it. So more potatoes come along. There's room for those. They start coming in. That sends a signal that unlocks the hopper, lets them go down to the chests below. We've got to finish this all up. We've got to take this kind of all around and back. And we're going to want to make it go in a complete circle so that if for whatever reason things don't get picked up by a hopper the first time around, they'll go around, circle around and get picked up by a hopper a second time around. That's part of the reason. But it's not the whole reason. The other part of the reason is because we're going to be down here trading and having all of this stuff just kind of dumping down on us. And at some point, our inventory is going to get filled. Maybe it'll be all the way filled, or maybe just filled, no room for carrots anymore. And whatever we don't pick up, we want that to drop down below us. We'll put that into a glass elevator and then take it back up to here to have it circle around and go back into the system. So that's the plan. That's what we are going to try to get accomplished today. So with that in mind, let me, hello, horse. I kind of love this. If you get really close, you can see right in their mouth. So they say don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Hey, brain. Get a lot of tongue there, brain. Anyway, sorry, I get a bit distracted. I shouldn't do that. Anyway, so let me grab some resources and let's get started. And by putting in this ice and getting that all finished up. So I will see you in a moment. What's he doing? So that's me over there, but I'm here in my camera account. I came back on to show you what I've done so far, and it looks like Tadas is messing around with me somehow. Anyway, so I've reconfigured the water streams. So what happens now? What happened before. That the various foodstuffs, the potatoes and carrots and all that, when it gets harvested by villagers, comes down into this water stream here. But now it comes all the way down to this far corner of the farm, of the area, and it kind of goes around this corner, hits these cakes, and then slides around. And if you've probably seen this trick before, so the item slide kind of right between, on the edge here between the ice and the hopper, because this is a little bit smaller, the size is. So at the speed of the ice. So this is going to kind of spin all the way around. It comes, all the way down here, the water does, around here. There's a little zigzag again, so it hits here with the cake and comes all the way down around here. And then here it's tight and back into this water stream here. So if anything doesn't get picked up, it just keeps going around and around and around in a circle. And then there's all these hoppers to pick things up, but each one of them is hooked up to a filter. You can see it's filtering down right now. All the redstone's on the other side there. And so everything in here is just going to pick up carrots, potatoes, and wheat, with one exception. So this farm will produce a bunch of seeds. We don't want them for trading, so we don't want them in the trading spot, but we are going to save a few of them. So I've put these 4 rows of stacks of double chests here, so 8 in total, each with each with 2 of each kind of thing, including the seeds. And this way we can save up on seeds, save up on stuff. If we need some, we can just run into here and grab it, and then all of the rest of the stuff will go into this mass storage that we'll use for emerald trading. Emerald trading will happen down there when it's done. But all of these are set to filter, either potatoes or wheat, or I think carrots are over here. And then I've got in the back here a little filter that sucks out all of these seeds. And that comes down into here where they just get spit out onto this cactus. So that really gets, all of the food into the system where we want it to be, so it can be kind of spat out for the farming, the emerald farming. So now what we want to do is come down here and put in the actual spot where the villagers are going to be and where we're going to stand to do our trading. So I have to dig all this out, kind of get stuff ready, and come back and then show you what that looks like here in a little bit. So I knew full well that villagers and minecarts are kind of buggy now, that it's not so easy to get villagers in minecarts. What I didn't know is exactly how they stay bugged even after you get them in the minecarts. So off camera, I was trying to get some villagers over to the villager spot where they're supposed to go. And I had some. They were in minecarts. I knew that they were in minecarts. And I sent them off, and the weirdest things happened. So the minecart shut off, and the villagers just sat in one spot. But kind of bizarrely, when the minecart would pass under, say, a solid block, like if there was a block like that, and the minecart passed under it, even though the villager would be sitting over here, not appearing in the minecart at all, it started taking damage. It was the weirdest thing. The villagers would teleport from one place to another. I mean, I wish I had my camera on, so you could all see exactly what happened. So since I don't want to deal with that anymore, I've gone ahead and put in a water stream instead. So this should take my villagers kind of on down to where they're supposed to go. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to do it here on camera, and we'll see exactly how derpy this ends up being. I am going to hit them each with a splash potion of healing before we do, because they each, did take some damage in that first attempt, and oh, there we go. And hopefully they're feeling a bit better now. Now, if this works right, he should, when he hops down in here, come up to here, and just bump up just enough to go up into that elevator. And come on, go, go, go. And if not, then I will just try to add a little more water and see if that makes him go. Come on. Go, 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 go. There you go. And there he goes. Excellent. That's what I wanted. Now let's try to come along beside him and just make sure he does okay. Is he taking damage in there? Oops. Nope, seems fine. Come along. Wait for it. There he is. Good. No damage there. I mean, I was a little bit worried because the water kind of comes up at their heads right here, and if they get stuck in there for whatever reason, then they'll start taking some damage. A second splash potion of healing. Now, he's my villager with the really good trades. He's the one who will give me an emerald for a mere 15 or so. Carrots, I think it is. So I don't want to lose him. I have another villager to trade with. He's not quite as generous, so I'm a little less worried about him. But this guy I want to get in. There you are. Yeah, keep going. Are you walking upstream there? I will throw the splash potion at you if you slow down. Okay. All right, last corner. And then hopefully he'll go down the stairs. I haven't shown you that yet, but there you are. Okay. Uh-oh. I hear a zombie. Hopefully he's not down here anywhere. Oops, I don't want to be here. That's where he needs to be. No, 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 no. Ah. Oh, and he was afraid of that. He got off the trail. All right, bud, let's get you back. Oh, you get yourself back. All right, that works. Come on. There we go. Excellent. Now we're going to want that and that to make him safe down here. So we come down here and right there. Now he's in his little spot, and we put a slab right there, and now no baby zombie villagers ought to be able to get at him. So let's fight against the current here and close off that so his buddy will come down to the other side. And let's go get his buddy now too. And there we go. We are all safe. Haha. So I ran out of purple clay. I'm gonna come back and replace that. But all the looks here are gonna have to get fixed anyway. This is just getting them in place. So and doing a bit of drowning. Let's stop that. But yeah, so what happens next is we got to dig a hole here and kind of make this area look nice. And we dig a hole there where all of the stuff that gets spat out up here from these droppers that'll be, you can see, well, that one does just got junk in it, but one's kind of further down. I can't reach. Anyway, one's further down of carrots and potatoes and all that. So we're going to have it set up so you can stand right here, and there's a hole, so there'll be like a trap door here that's kind of facing upwards, so you won't fall in the hole. You just stand here, you click, you open their dialogue, and you empty out your inventory first, and then all that stuff's dumping down on you, and so you just trade. That's the goal. That's where we're heading. So before we start doing any of that, I really should go and clean up this utter disaster mess that I've created trying to get these guys over. So let me do that, and then I'll do some more work on getting the trading apparatus all in place and come back and show you what I've done. Okay, I got a bit more work done here, so let me show you what's here. As you can see, I've kind of carved out this spot where the villagers are going to live a little more, and there's these trapdoors here, and the idea is you come kind of right up against these trapdoors, and you open the villager dialog box, and stuff's falling out of this hole kind of constantly, so you get that to trade with. And then if you like filled up with emeralds, for instance, you want to get rid of them, you just throw them. As you can see, they're going to land right down there. If you're focused on him, you're not going to get it over this slab here. There's going to be water streams here that will push everything down into this spot right here. And whatever falls down here they don't pick up also ends up in this spot. So I've made this ice stream, and what happens if you're down here, so water comes along. If you happen to fall down yourself, this is your little escape hatch, but the water can't get past there. So the water comes down here, he comes against these cakes and does this trick again, and to this hopper here, which is filtering out emeralds. The emeralds will get taken over here and up this dropper vader, and then we come along here to a glass elevator, and whatever doesn't get picked up, which is all the food stuff that I didn't grab, everything that's not an emerald, will then get thrown. Actually, that's not going to work because they're not lined up. Let me pick them up. So let's go ahead and put the water in and just see how this goes. So it's got to go around this corner to get everything kind of properly lined up. So got that. Oops, wrong spot. Put it right there. This comes around to there. Oh, come back. Swim. Slow against the swimming. So anything that's not an emerald, I think it's here is not an emerald, and if it's gotten in here, then if it's not an emerald, it's almost certainly some of the trading food that's I've been trading with. Next one goes to there, and what we'll do is we'll come up here first, get rid of these ladders because we don't need them anymore, and throw that in. And now let's just see what happens with these apples that I've thrown in. So those should go around to the glass elevator and come on up to right here. And sure enough, there they are, 6 of my apples. So now this glass elevator, we want to take all the way up to the top here. Let's see. And we did want some light there, so I think about some glowstone I can put there to replace. And then this is all solid blocks, so this is going to come right back up here, and things are going to re-enter the water stream. And I did something else, and I need to unblock this thing that I've blocked. So I blocked this off because I was changing out all of the filters. So we had just sticks in here before. And I was getting worried, sticks kind of here filling up these extra 4 spaces. I'm worried that it's not very likely that sticks are going to end up in the system, but it could happen. For instance, there's villagers up there. One of them might get hit by lightning. Someone might go up and kill it, and it drops hit by lightning towards a witch, and the witch gets killed and drops some sticks, and then they come in here. Not really likely, but just to be safe. So I took something else and I named it. So there's basically nothing else in the world that is, gonna stack except for the things that are in the filters, and they're not gonna end up anywhere else because they're kind of stuck in the filters. So I did that as well. So that is really everything in, and in fact, now that everything's in, we should be able to just turn this on and see how it works. So this starts the clock, starts stuff dumping. So if I stand right here, you see I'm getting stuff in my inventory, but also I can trade. I'll just throw that out. And if we turn that off, we should see all that stuff kind of coming up and back around. And in fact, I think I am going to just turn it on and let it run for a bit. Yep, there it is. I'll head back up there. It's showing up at the top. I want to make sure it's not getting stuck somewhere weird. I think it's okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to come and test around with this. If there's I'm assuming that everything's, this solid, the hole right here, that's no good. But it's a solid kind of 3x3 that is centered around that middle column there. I don't actually know that for a fact. In fact, you know what? What I can do, is this my silk touch? No, it's not. That is. I can just make sure it's glass all the way to there. And then come down and try it again and just see. In fact, I can actually, no, I can't. Turn it on, come back up, and just see there's all this stuff just flying on down. And that goes up. Yep, things are going up. They're popping the water stream and just heading on down. Perfect. It's working exactly the way it's supposed to. I should just kind of go and watch and check that nothing's getting kind of caught. Okay, so there are things that are getting caught right here. But that's okay, because we're going to be putting water streams here and here as well. So I'm not too worried about that. And everything is coming around, sliding right past there, and and there's a problem. Everything's getting caught here. Why is that? This carrots have ended up right here, and I don't know why. That worries me. All right, I got stuff ended up right there as well, so that's also worrying. So I'm going to have to maybe mess around with this item elevator. But I won't do that on camera. I'll do that off to the side, and then we'll come back and see if we got things sorted out. So I did some playing around in Creative and otherwhere and trying out some different designs. And, well, what happened was I just skimped. I used a kind of variant of ilmango's design that's kind of simple and easy, but it's also lossy for the kind of volumes I was using. And the reason is because there's just some timing issues, so that trapdoor at the back can go down before quite all of the items are there, and then whatever's not there, it might get kind of shot back out, and then you're in real trouble. But even if it doesn't, it just kind of sits there and doesn't go up. So I just pulled it out and put in ilmango's design. I had to move the elevator back a block, but that wasn't any big deal. And I did some stress testing, and it works really, really well. I haven't lost a single item in the elevator yet. Also, as I was stress testing, I found out something else, which is that these filters I have here to pull off the emeralds, well, one wasn't enough. So if you throw a full stack of emeralds, what happens is, kind of look at one of these, and you see there is 41. There's only room for whatever 64 minus 41 is, and those get picked up, and the rest zoom on by, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I put in 2 more, and now this, since whatever 64 minus 41 is, I can't do it in my head. I'm not really a mathy person. But whatever that number is, it can't, it's more than a third of a stack. So a full stack will get sucked up in these 3 hoppers as it goes by. So that is good. That's all taken care of. Now, let me go up top and just go over one other thing. I did come across one other issue as I was doing this as well. So as you're here, so let's see if I can get close enough and open him up. So as I'm here trading, if I'm throwing things out, sometimes, let's see if anyone, sometimes as you see, things end up landing right there. They can fit there. And that rotten flesh will just go around in circles. Fortunately, none of it is named, so it shouldn't mess up with any of the storing systems. But I will go and check that after, just to be on the safe side. But we don't want that at all. That's just kind of not going to be good. So I have a solution. It's not my own. The basic idea was suggested. I was talking with server members Chris and Fleshfoot, and I honestly can't remember which one said which on the ideas. But take that out. But the idea was to use snow layers in order to make a smaller hole that the items can't get through. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now that is good as far as it goes, but as you can see, now I can't reach the guy. So to fix that, I can put some slabs right here. And now with the slabs right there, and be careful, don't fall off the edge there, Bjorn. Too close, but see right there, there's just a little window. I can reach him, but nothing's going to get through there because that's smaller. That gap is smaller than any item can get through. It could get over here if I was doing that, but if I'm facing this way, they're not going to end up over here. It's just not an issue. And I took this. I probably should put a trapdoor here. I took the half slab out because it was making a lighting glitch. So it's totally dark in there, and you couldn't even see who you were trying to hit. Now the problem that is now is you don't know how far forward to go without falling down. So, you're crouching and you're messing around, and you don't want to have to do that. So to cope with that, what I plan on doing is if I put a fence post right there, I think I'll come and change it with acacia later, but I don't have any acacia on me. And I don't have it. Oh, I do have trapdoors. So get a block here. Let's block off that hole for just a minute and put a trapdoor right there and then knock him out. Now you can see I just I go all the way forward and I can't fall through, right? I'm just not capable of falling through, but I can come kind of to right here and maybe I'll back up just a tiny bit. It's a little finicky. There we go. Yep, and there he is. So you've really got to aim it right. So it's going to be a little bit tricky opening, but once you get it open, everything should work just great. And yeah, let me go just double check that rotten flesh didn't cause any problems up there. And if it's okay, I'll come right back and we'll give this thing a test. All right, as you can see, it is working. It is doing exactly like it's supposed to. It's sitting here dumping down all sorts of raining all sorts of goods on me. So let's see, is he going to unlock for that? He doesn't, so I just go on to the next one, and I can just sit here and trade with him all day long. I never have to go anywhere, just kind of open and close with him. I'm going to have to try the, there we go, the potatoes. It's not totally finished. I mean, this part is finished. The raining food is all done. Nothing else to do on that. There are a few other things I'd like to do here. For one thing is, if he doesn't unlock now, which he might not if I'm not lucky. He doesn't. So, I mean, what I can do if I really want to is I can go and, like, I don't know, buy a cake from him and see if that does it. But that's not what you want. You want to be getting emeralds as much as you can. So what I really like to do is have some kind of pumpkins. Oh, he unlocked, good. Have some pumpkins nearby or some melons nearby that I could trade with him. And actually, he's done there. I shut this off and quiet it down a bit. Off, I said. That's what these chests here are eventually going to be for. So we don't have a pumpkin or a melon farm that's very close. So my intention, and I should put a something, so that's not going to flip up and down as much either. But it is my intention to put in a pumpkin farm and a melon farm kind of close by, and have them, not huge ones. They don't have to make a ton, but enough that they can kind of sustain what's going on here. And then we can have them just feed directly into these two chests. So everything's falling on your head and everything's kind of going really well. And then all of a sudden he's locked up on wheat and carrots and potatoes. And you just kind of, I can just reach over here, grab a couple pumpkin, see if that unlocks him. Reach over here. If it doesn't, grab a couple melons, see if that unlocks him. And if all that doesn't unlock him, then, that's really rare that 5, separate lockup trades isn't going to unlock him. But yeah, there you have it. So we got some emeralds from before, some more emeralds were coming up now. So this works really great. It's kind of ugly because it's not finished, as you can tell. I've got this sort of acacia. No, yeah. What kind of block is that? Yeah, acacia. I don't know why I was confused. And this kind of blue clay theme, I like it. Maybe I'll change out some of this brick for other stuff. I'll do a few more things down here. I also want to put a little book with the instructions, so anyone who comes by and wants to use it kind of knows how it works. And I might see if there's something I can do to put the lever somewhere that it's not going to make this thing go up and down every time I turn it on. But that's all small stuff. The thing works. The thing works. It does what it's supposed to, and I'm really happy about that. It does what it's supposed to. It seems that it's safe and useful. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. Well, I think that is going to be the end for today. We've done hello zombie. We've done quite a lot. Got a fair bit accomplished. I'm real happy with the emerald farm that we've got now. I should say, I've filmed my own contributions here, but really this emerald farm is a group project for the whole server. It's all of these farms here were built before I even got on here. The stuff, the storage system that we started out with, that was kind of already here before as well. And really, to my knowledge, I believe that the idea behind this farm and actually the putting in of these farms here and that storage system was all done by Meridrin, one of the server members. On top of that, I really benefited, as I was going through and finding problems with discussions with server members Fleshfoot and X is Cool and hello, also known as Chris, and from EDD as well. So all of them were extremely helpful in getting this farm accomplished. And on top of that, we had Tadas, otherwise known as Topic, who had provided the cakes. So keeping us from getting hungry, giving us some cakes when we were having an out-of-body experience there. So, thanks to all of them for, doing all the stuff that made it possible for us to come and just finish up and make a working emerald farm down there and being able to just have food kind of rain down on us. And thanks to you for watching. I really appreciate you joining me. And I really hope to see you again here soon.